I'm pretty good at life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know.
I would say.
I know, and it's not just because of the material thing.
Absolutely.
I know people. I know life. I know me.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing about me that could ever surprise me at this point in my life. It's nothing about people too much that could surprise me at this point in my life. Like, I pretty much, wisdom. I don't pray for things.
Mm-hmm.
Never do. Never have. I pray for wisdom on a daily basis.
You know what? We're a lot alike in that regard. I don't pray for things. I pray for discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Help me just make the right decisions.
It's good.
Because I think I can get it done if I can see clearly.
Well, first of all, God has given me everything I need.
Yeah.
Like mentally, physically, spiritually, thoughtfully, all that. He's still feeding my spirit. But I don't need stuff. He's giving me the ability to go get stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he's giving me that. So I don't ever ask for stuff or things. I really don't. Never have, never will. So I want the wisdom so that I can handle the things that he's blessed me to go get.
Speaking of going to get stuff, you keep teeing it up perfectly. Record to the side, your coaching staff is phenomenal. It's your simple. Put it up against any college coaching staff, any pro staff in the nation. The facilities, the talent of your athletes, all those things together. We're sitting here 4 and 5, 3 games on the regular schedule to play. What was missing or what is missing?
Talent at some positions, and depth at some positions as well. That's the nature of the game. I mean, you find out, you would think you would have it here, but you don't. You found out that you don't. You thought you had a couple players there, but you found out that they need a little more maturation. That's just a part of life, that you find out things that ain't that you thought would be.
But you don't know
putting it up a little bit. You don't know until you go through the process. The process reveals a lot of things, and I love the process. I truly love the process, and I love building. I love finding my way through the storms and through the trials and through the tribulations. So I love all this part of it, and I don't get caught up in the naysayers and the "I told you so's," and I don't get caught up. It is what it is.
Have your again with these 3 games remaining? Have your expectations changed any? Has the standard wavered any? Have you? The
standard is the standard. The standards don't change. Expectations don't change either. You got to understand, like it could be some young men that are playing great for the level that they feel like they can play, but they may not be the level up to our expectation. But for them, it's probably the best.
They're doing their best.
Yes, but that's not our best, and we got to do better.
And I've found through watching you coach and even you verbalizing in press conferences, you're patient with people who are giving their all.
That's it.
But you got a short fuse with somebody who ain't giving it.
But you know who I am? It's because that's how God is with me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to be otherwise than how God is with me. Like, he's patient. He know I give him my all. Now, when I have do something, I know. I didn't go about that hard and the right way. And I did that earlier in my life. Not giving 100% to this or to that. Not sports. I gave it everything. But some aspects of life, it could be a relationship, could be this, it could be that, it could be a business venture or whatever. But I learned from that, so I'm all in when it comes to, this game, my kids, family, and this university. I'm all in.
I would have to imagine continuing this sellout streak that we got going, regardless of, again, the scoreboards, the eyeballs on these in their stadiums and of course on TV, has to be a big boom in recruiting. Because some kid is sitting there going, I could help.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it's easily, sometimes people don't know. They forget I was in the media for 17 years or 19 years, whatever it was. And I know when I'm saying things, I know what it provokes.
Yeah.
So
Who you talking to?
right.
Yeah.
So if I make a comment like, "Hey man, we got to get better in the secondary," what you think is gonna happen to our social media?
Secondary. Like this.
My God.
Big bright lights.
Oh my God. Like it just, I mean, the recruiting department is like, what? You must have said something about that. Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
Or if I tweet something or post something, and that helps because that's the way we reach those kids. So anything that I may mouth off, they got to understand there's a method to the madness. I'm just not talking just to talk.
One of the things I've enjoyed while being with you this year, Colorado, so much so that I've stepped my game up. Having your kids around, and what they do and contribute. That I've got mine more involved. What does this do to you as a father during your day?
I can't possibly have a bad day.
Yeah,
I don't even know what a bad day feels like. I don't know what it sounds like. I don't know what it's like because even in defeat, I win. Because I'm seeing 3 of my sons run off the field, and all 3 of them has given their best.
Yeah.
You know, Shiloh's doing his thing, Shador's doing his thing, and Bucky's capturing everything.
absolutely.
And baby girl just
She always on the sideline
waiting on it. FaceTime me this morning from Vegas where the basketball team is, and even DeAndre comes down to support her siblings. So and my mama's here, my sister's here, my nephew's here, twin is here. Like, how can I lose, man? How can I possibly lose?
Yeah.
It's you can count the game as a defeat.
Sure.
But I ain't losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People think they know you. Like they think you would be a sore loser because you got a gold jacket. They think you would toss and turn all night. And
I hate being defeated.
I got you.
I
But you don't allow it to ripple into other stuff.
No, I can't. I can't let that infect me or affect me. I can't allow that because I gotta go. I gotta go to the next thing. It's gotta be the next game. It gotta be the next solution. It's gotta be the next thing that helps us get to where we're trying to go. I ain't got time for no pity party, man. And ain't nobody want to see it. I don't have time for the ignorance of the adolescents or to just sit there and just read hatred. And sometimes I ask myself, because I always put out positivity every day. That God has called me to that. How can some people wake up so negative and nasty? Like, what kind of person are you to wake up and to spew out negativity to another human being? I want you to be blessed. I want you to prosper. That's probably why God blesses me. But I don't even understand the logic. Even some of our kids, I tell them, even after some of the games, guys, don't get caught up in that stuff on social. Because the same thing that make you smile, make you cry.
Absolutely.
If you allow it to. And don't do this. Don't find 9 wonderful comments, but you focus on the one negative. Don't do that. Don't do that. Whatsoever.
Now, I've told you this personally, I'm going to tell you this in front of the audience. When you put those morning messages out, they go around the world amidst the internet. And I don't know if you appreciate the impact that it has here in your immediate circle, inner circle right here in Boulder. Because there have been times that the 10 months I've been here, I'm like, man, I don't know if this is working. And I read something you post, and it gives me that resolve to stick to it. Do you appreciate that people are getting benefit from what you put out?
I'm thankful and I'm happy because God gives it to me. Like it's fresh, like every morning, Monday through Friday. I don't do it on weekends. Like Monday through Friday, the morning word that He gives me, usually around 4:45, coming into work until probably about 6. I get it in my spirit, and I put it out, and I'm happy and thankful that people reposted and retweeted it. And they're finding, they're being consoled by the words and the message, and they're being healed, and they're being giving them directions, pretty much. And it also helps me too, because it's coming out of my spirit.
I have
to tell some people that this ain't about you. It ain't personal. Like this, you know, my kids or whatever, like that. Son, baby, this ain't got nothing to do with you. This is what God gave me. Now if it fits you, put it on and wear it. But this ain't
my grandma said a hit dog holler.
Right.
Right. So like if it hits you.
Right.
Coach, let's go a little football before we wrap this thing up.
Gotcha.
You got a lot of coaches on the internet.
Yes, sir.
Who they don't have a gold jacket, but they know more football than you know based on their posts. Why aren't you running the ball? Why aren't we doing this with tight ends? You know, all of that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's hilarious to me. Because sometimes when you're not in the house, you don't know what's in the house. I don't know what's in your kitchen. Man, I ain't never been to the Sample House.
I'm gonna tell y'all that.
I don't know. So I get a kick out of it sometimes, you know. But it just it don't make sense because people should always understand. Number one, we're trying to win.
Absolutely.
Number two, we're trying to put these young men in the best position so that they can be successful. And number three, we're trying to put these young men in the best situation so they can be successful. So, and we want to be pleasing to our fans and our student body and so forth. So we're trying to do everything we can, and we practice this stuff. So if something don't work in practice, you're gonna see it in the game. I mean, so we kind of know what we're doing, and we got a lot of years of experience on the staff.
I think at this point in the season, whether it's your staff or your players, but not necessarily the fans yet, be they lovers or haters, whatever category you're in, don't understand the priority you place on practice performance.
Right.
Like a lot of folks say, no, coach, play him anyway. He's a game day guy.
You can't do that. You can't do that because now you're jeopardizing the young man.
Okay.
Because what if the young man is not mentally and physically ready, and you throw him out there because you felt pressure from Tom, Dick, and Harry and Larry, and now you've caused him to digress, and now he needs mental health assistance because the same people who provoke you to do that are the same people that's going to target him and say, why in the world would you put it? You can't do that. I got to do what's best for these young men.
So if you, part of that standard being the standard, if you don't see it in practice, it ain't happening again.
No, if I don't see it in practice, you ain't going to see it in the game. That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen because it don't make sense. It don't make sense at all to even allow something or to call something or to attempt something in the game that you haven't even attempted at practice. That don't make sense.
Closing out, Coach. Again, 3 games left on the regular season, the fourth quarter of the schedule, if you will. Sum it up for us. What if you had to talk to the team, the supporters, whoever, about these next 3 games?
We got to see consistency, my brother. We got to see consistency and that want and that fire and that passion back. And today I showed them a video of the pit crew from like the Indy 500. And the car pulls over.
It's precision.
And they do it about 11 seconds or less. But after we showed them, and they did it in slow motion. So first we had it in regular speed, then they showed it in slow motion. And I asked the young man, what's significant about that? And the answers, the responses was wonderful. They said they were focused, they were locked in, they were united, they was dressed alike, they had each other's back, and it went on and on and on. I say, tomorrow, I'm playing them again. And the one point that I'm gonna bring up that they hadn't brought up yet, why y'all didn't mention the drive? Because he had to come and get to a certain spot. And wasn't he cool, calm, and collected? You know why? Because he wasn't worried about everybody doing their job. Wouldn't it be a beautiful thing that we don't even have to concern ourselves, that you worked so much and you practiced so much and you prepared so much that failure is not even an option. You don't even know how to because you've done this so much. It's just like brushing your teeth and you got the toothpaste on the toothbrush and you miss your mouth. How you gonna miss your mouth?
After all these years.
After all these years. But it has to be that precision of practice, man. It has to be that precision of want and that precision of desire and passion that you have. But the driver wasn't concerned with the guy not putting the tire on right, or not putting the gas in, or not making sure the brakes are straight. But as long as he got to that spot,
there was a trust.
there's a trust in a united front on we gonna do this thing together. I got my part, I know you got your part, I know you got your part, I know you got your part. And he was just chilling, just waiting on those 11 seconds so he could go. Say la. And that's the way you end it, man.
So that's ended.
I tried to get you a landing.
You did. You landed.
I tried to get you a landing.
You landed it.
Yeah, but
that's
that's what we working on this week.
Yeah.